Hey everybody, welcome back to Cineplex. My name is Manny,
No, Juan.
and today we're going to be discussing Toy Story 4. Before we get started, we just give you guys a spoiler warning because we're going to be talking about spoilers in this review or discussion. It starts off with a little backstory from Bo. After that, we get back to Bonnie and her toys with the whole gang, and she's starting kindergarten, right? It's kindergarten,
yeah,
first grade. I think it's kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
So she's very nervous about going to kindergarten. So Woody goes with her, and that's when she creates Forky at the kindergarten class just to make herself feel better with the help of Woody. And that's how we get Forky in the story. So just want to give a little summary. And then Forky goes off. They go off on a family trip.
And he escapes.
He escapes because he thinks he's trash.
Which he is. But...
Yeah, but it's weird how it's funny how she makes him and then he comes to life because he's a toy, but because he was from the trash.
Yeah, to him, he's trash.
To him, he's trash. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I liked how he always trying to go into the trash the whole time. But yeah, they get lost in a little town, and that's where we get the home adventure story of trying to save Forky. Even though, Woody tries to save Forky, even though she doesn't really care about Woody anymore.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, like Woody said in the story, that he wants to have purpose in life, so he goes and tries to
help.
Yeah. That's what I like about these Toy Story movies. I mean, it's a nice adventure story always. With the first one, going off and trying to get Buzz, and then in the second one, going off and trying to get Woody, and the third one is pretty much trying to reunite everybody to go back to Andy. But here, it's another rescue story as well, with Forky. What else we got in this movie?
They show like how there can be like that world outside of being a toy for somebody.
Oh, that's true.
Still be a toy, but out there.
Yeah, because we find out that's what happens with Bo Peep. She gets lost pretty much. It's assumed that she gets thrown away, or something like that, or she considered a lost toy, but I guess it's assumed that the owner, or the human, threw her away because she outgrew her, and so they're all like living in this. It looks like they go from town to town from this carnival. Is that what it was assumed?
No, I think they're part. Well, actually, I don't know.
Because they were like, "Oh, we're gonna get ready to move again, or whatever."
Because they show kind of two things. Like if they're part of the playground, but then they do mention that the carnival. But I don't know if they're just like, "Oh, the carnival is gonna leave. Let's go with it," or if they've been part of the carnival the whole time.
Yeah.
Which I don't think so. I think they were in the playground.
Yeah. So like, pretty much they're lost toys. They have no human, and then they get their like enjoyment from trying to go places to places with people to play with them, because that's pretty much the whole life's purpose. So it was pretty cool. And then we get to see Bo Peep again, but living on her own with her 3 sheep. One of the things I realized after watching this movie is that we don't really get a lot from the original gang. I think we get a little bit of here and there from, because mostly it's Woody trying to rescue Forky, but then we get other scenes with the rest of the gang inside the family car. And we get little scenes here and there, but we don't get really much from them, especially not from Buzz. It's not a whole lot of Buzz, I think for the most part. Woody's like the main focus because he's the one with the issues, because he's not getting played with. But yeah, that was one complaint I have with the movie is that we don't get a lot of the old cast, but we do get a lot of new toys in there, especially those two. What are they? Plush toys? I guess the bunny and the ducky.
Yeah. I didn't dislike it, but that they were like together the whole time. Like they were. Attached.
Oh yeah, they were. I guess they're attached to like that little hook thing that like I'm sure they can come apart, but since they can, I guess it's like a package deal.
I didn't mind. I'm just saying. Like,
yeah,
I would have preferred.
Why is a bunny and a duck hanging out together? That's true.
I don't know.
Why do you get a bunny and a duck? Yeah, they're pretty funny. And the other toys you get here is those 2 little dummies were like that was pretty scary.
Oh yeah, when they first come out.
Yeah, because these 2 little dummies are in the antique store, and it looks like the main toy head here is she's like a baby doll. I guess she's just like a doll.
Yeah.
I guess not a baby doll, but
no, it is because it's one of those. Well,
but she's older because she has hair.
Not a baby, but like a little older. Like
she's the size of a baby, and she's a doll, but it seems like she's not a baby because we get a baby in Toy Story 3 where it's just Goo Goo Gaga. This one looks like a baby. Yeah, this one actually has had a voice box that was broken, so she's trying to get it fixed, and she wants to get Woody's voice box. Keanu Reeves was in it. His character was fine. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was fine.
Duke Caboom. Duke Kaboom, Canadian Daredevil. So it's pretty much it's just Daredevil except Canadian, and then he had an owner, so he was a little traumatized since the owner didn't want to stay with him. So that was pretty good. There was a little comedic aspect to him too, but most of it he was kind of like this brave.
Yeah. They have that like that
Evel Knievel kind of guy.
Yeah, but they have that like repeating like story of like kids like not forgetting, but like moving on from their toys, and them not being okay with it or not getting over it.
It seems like most of them are just they just want to have one owner for the rest of their life. You would think that most of them would be okay with getting a new owner.
Which that's what they show with the lost toys, that they're okay with like moving on.
But they're like, oh, you have a kid? They were like,
well, I mean, I guess it's like a big deal. But they seem fine other than that. Like,
yeah, but overall, I mean, it's a rescue story, and once they get Forky at the end, and try to reunite with Bonnie, but Woody meets up with Bo Peep, and they've always been in love with each other. So in the beginning of the movie, we get a flashback where Woody was about to go with Bo Peep when she was being taken away, but he doesn't. He stays with Andy, and at the end of this one, he actually decides to. I thought he wasn't gonna stay, but he does decide to stay. When he was saying goodbye to her, and I was like, really, he's not gonna stay? Like that's a horrible idea.
I guess. Yeah.
And then when he decides to stay, then he says goodbye to all the group that we knew. That was probably the sad part. For me, I felt more sad here than it did in Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3, it wasn't really that sad, even though he did say goodbye to Andy. I don't really care too much about Andy, but I do care about Woody's friends, especially Woody saying bye to Buzz and stuff like that.
Because, I mean, despite the fact that Andy's been his owner for a long time. Mm-hmm. Even in the movies, you don't get any of Andy.
Yeah, you don't get any of Andy.
It just comes and goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's obvious that you're gonna feel more for the other toys because it's their friendship, and Andy's just like over there.
I mean, I get that Woody was sad saying bye to Andy, and it's kind of like us growing up, like we're the Andy, and they were saying goodbye, which was why I thought there was gonna be no more Toy Story. But then again, they come out with Toy Story 4.
I thought so too. I thought there wasn't gonna be anymore.
Yeah, that goodbye was like we were the Andy. He was saying goodbye to us, but I guess not, because Toy Story 4, and there probably will be a Toy Story 5 if they want to, but probably not. Yeah, going into the end of this, I wouldn't want a Toy Story 5. I feel like Woody's gone his own way, Buzz is his own way too. And I don't want a fucking Forky spin-off or anything like that.
Or just any new toys, maybe? A whole new set.
I guess you can, but you could call it something else. Don't call it Toy Story. Just call it something else.
For me, so this was sad when there's Buzz and Woody are saying goodbye. And I also didn't like that there wasn't a lot of the, Buzz, for example. Mm-hmm. Like, even if there wasn't a lot of the other toys, I kind of wanted more of Buzz.
Yeah.
And there really wasn't much.
Yeah.
And then,
like, it would have been nice to put Buzz with Woody trying to rescue.
Yeah.
Make them together the whole time, and then it would have been a sadder goodbye at the end, because they were their last adventure together.
They didn't have to be so separate the whole time. The other part I thought was actually more sad for some reason. I don't know why. Like, while watching the movie was when the doll girl, what's her name? I forgot. When she finds out that, when she finds an actual owner.
Oh yeah, when that little girl's crying at the.
And also the part where she's like explaining to Woody, like, these are all the things that I want. Like, you've had it all this time. Like, all I want is like the chance to have it. Mm-hmm. I thought that was sad.
I was a little sad, but I kind of zoned out when she was talking. To be honest, like I was like, okay, I kind of zoned out a little, so I don't remember the story too much. But yeah, I got the gist of it. That she really wanted to be with an owner, which she does at the end, which is fine.
It took me maybe 20 to 30 minutes to get into the movie.
I guess, yeah.
the beginning, I was kind of not really liking it.
I guess because you were just waiting for the adventure to happen. Yeah. You were waiting for the plot to go. But they're all like that. I mean, the first one takes a while for Buzz to get away. The second one, I don't remember how you get separated. Oh yeah, from a yard sale or something.
Oh yeah. From the yard sale. In. Yeah.
But I mean, you still have the adventure. You still have toys that are funny, and as far as the overall Toy Story ranking goes, I wouldn't put this as my first one. I mean, the first one is probably the best one for me.
Yeah.
It probably goes at the order it came in. That's probably the rank I'd do it, 1 to 4. But yeah, still overall, I was in huge enjoyment from this film. Like any other Toy Story film, you get adventure and some comedy and some heartwarming scenes as well. So hopefully they don't come out with any more Toy Story. I feel like they've already told their story enough because he's already said Woody has already said goodbye to us with Andy, and now he already said goodbye to the rest of his crew. So now let him live off with Bo Peep.
Yeah.
Buzz is taking care of the gang now, and let's just leave it at that.
Like I just wanted them to have more interaction with the other toys, because they were just kind of there.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
I wouldn't mind like a Duke Kaboom spinoff. Just call it Duke Kaboom.
Spin-off? The whole movie?
Well, I'm saying they could.
You know what they could have?
If they could
have
a
show.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like a cartoon of them.
Yeah, if they want to continue, because I mean, I know it's a huge franchise, and you know.
And even if Woody wasn't in it, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The other ones would be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Make a Duke Kaboom spinoff. Either way.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, those were our thoughts on Toy Story 4. Let us know what you thought about it. If you loved it, if it was one of your favorite Toy Stories, or if not, let us know below. All right, guys. See you.